What's up, Conquerors? Hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We've got a casted game for you here. We've got the best German player playing in orange against Myriad playing in purple as Jeanne d'Arc. So I actually was really interested to watch this matchup with Myriad playing as Jeanne d'Arc, seeing what he would actually do against the Abbasid dynasty here. We're going to speed things up for the first 5 minutes. If you watch this casted game and you enjoy it, don't forget to like the channel, like the video, and if you learned something, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So, Myriad here. Opening myself a nice soda. Myriad here. Getting the wheelbarrow early. As you see many French players do, they get the cheaper economic tech. So it's only 33 wood and 98 gold for wheelbarrow, which is really, really cheap. It's a really nice upgrade early. And I'm assuming our Abba player will go for a bit of a boom, maybe 2 TC. And I'm kind of hoping that he does, so I can see how Myriad plays it. Because I've always struggled against Abba 2 TC myself. Now, if they go 3 TC, it's a little greedy, and I always feel I can feudal all in them. But if it's just 2, I've always had a difficult time on how to defeat them. If we look at sheep counts, both sides getting pretty nice amount of sheep. Now, the thing about playing against a berry civ is best German player has probably not touched any of his sheep, right? So he's just been getting berries. This is super good for him, and if he gets pushed back by the knights, he can just retreat to his sheep. Whereas Myriad playing a non-berry civ, you haven't gotten your berries at all. You've been eating all of your safe food in your sheep. The deer for both players in a dangerous position. Second TC is going to be on the way for the best German player, excuse me. Getting 2 key Abba upgrades since he aged up with the Eco Wing. The first being Fertile Crescent, which reduces the cost of economic buildings and houses. That includes town centers by 30%. So you can see his town center now just 280 wood and 245 stone. So really cheap to get the second town center up. And also getting fresh foodstuffs, so the villagers coming out of the town centers just cost 30 food, and that's one of the reasons the Abba boom is so powerful, is their villagers only cost 30 food, right? Throwing up the second TC here. Be interesting to see if we see him go for a third. Myriad moving out to the deer, probably because he sees the TC is coming up and knows there's not going to be an enemy presence on the field. You may as well get the deer, and it would have been interesting to see if he had gone for the boar as well. Knight out here for Myriad, going to try to do some damage. It's going to be hard to find damage just with how compact the base is going to be. And the scout here for best German player will try to block the charge from the knight. Looks like Jean will be aged up. And not going too greedy here. So not going for the 3 TC, which sometimes you see people do. So, yeah, very interested to see how just the 2 TC play goes. He's going to get a short wall at the back to protect against the night raids and some spearmen down. You can see the stone and gold perfectly protected by this second town center. And the knights are beginning to circle. We've got Jeanne out here. As she kills the boar, she actually gets extra experience. So, really good kill with Jeanne here on the boar. And now the villagers can go out to the boar, no problem, right? So, he's getting a tower up just in case. You know, you never know. You always want to play it safe in that scenario. But the boar and deer are going to provide a significant amount of food for him. I believe he has, yes, he has gotten survival techniques here, so really nice for him. He's going to go kill the second boar as well, and just keep getting as much experience with Jeanne d'Arc as he can. Now we're going to see the economic lead for the Abbasid on 2 TC he's going to leave Jeanne d'Arc in the dust pretty fast here, right? Jeanne d'Arc doesn't even have the French bonus of villager production, so each villager is going to take 20 seconds. He actually didn't go for the second boar yet. And the knights are just kind of circling, trying to find anywhere that they can poke or prod, but the best German player playing this really well. I really like the short wall on the backside. He's got the TCs to defend here, but the wall on the backside really helps him out here. So Spear's running up just to defend this wall. Getting a couple picks in. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't want to lose the Spears. And John getting the second boar kill of the day. Also inspiring the stable, consecrating the stable, which reduces the food cost of knights by 25%, or any units by 25% on the building you cast it at. So knights only costing 105 food now, which is quite nice. Gonna have camel archers coming in for the best German player, and of course, the camel unease aura, causing enemy cavalry units to deal 20% less damage. Blacksmith also coming in for best German player, so ready to fight this out in feudal. Knows he has 2 town centers, so he's just got to hold on, right? He's just got to hold on. Keep the economy going. He's got to survive this large amount of knights. You know, you never know in this 2TC position if Myriad's just going to go feudal all in on you with Knight Archer. Is he going to go just Mass Knight? Is he going to go Castle behind it? So it's difficult to know sometimes. And I don't think there's any Chivalry yet, so the Knights will not heal. There's no Blacksmith up, so no +1 ranged armor. Archery ranges are coming down in the back, so looks to be a big feudal play here. Still looks like he's almost saving for castle, right? I mean, he's got a lot of food and gold in the bank. A little counter raid by best German player, which is exactly why Myriad's got the outpost there, but not quite enough to garrison. So Myriad trying to poke at the back and get a simultaneous raid on the gold unsuccessfully, but good attempt. A little counter raid here by best German player, and gonna find the first villager kill of the game. It's almost a bit hilarious that the player going 2TC here finds 2 villager kills before the French player finds any. And Joan trying to get in here, apparently used the spin to win ability, but she's gonna take a lot of damage from camel archers is the big problem. So big fight here. Myriad trying to get some charges off on the spears. I think multiple knights, maybe a scout and a knight going down there. John does go down, but gets another spin off on the spears, and she takes three men down with her. But with the archers coming in, I don't know if this has been scouted by the best German. No, the best German player hasn't scouted Myriad's base at all. He scouted the rest of the map, but has not scouted his base, so he doesn't for sure know the archers are coming. You can normally anticipate it, but doesn't know for sure. Best German player getting the eco techs. Second layer of wall coming in. Sheep behind enemy lines, scouting for the enemy. You really have to be cautious of those traitorous sheep. So Archer's going to deal well with camel archers and spears, but no true counter to horsemen here. Spear horseman is actually pretty decent against the knight archer combo of Myriad, because when he engages, the horseman can get on top of the archers. He's having to go into farms though, which he does have cheaper farms from the eco wing, which is why the eco wing is so powerful. It's making me want to play Abba. I don't like playing Boomy like this, but they're just so good with this 2TC play with Eco Wing, right? Because you can get the town center up so fast, it's cheaper. The farms are cheaper, so your farm transition's not even that bad. He's going military wing right now. It's just so hard to break this. You see, you know, Myriad is the top player. He's having quite a difficult time dealing with this 2TC, and the eco lead's substantial now, right? If you haven't dealt with the Abba 2TC by this point, you're really in a difficult situation. I think the game's kind of over. You've got to kill them before this castle age up comes through. Myriad's going to have to commit to something, I would think, here. He's just down so much in eco. It's a difficult position to be in, though, having played it many times. But he still doesn't have Iron Undermesh, which I think is maybe one of his biggest issues in the game. If he had Iron Undermesh here, the dive is a lot easier. But it's pretty difficult to commit to the dive here. And I love what Best German player's doing, getting textiles here. He knows the dive might come when he hits Millwing. More specifically, when he hits the castle age up, you know a lot of the time that the dive is going to come. So Best German player just needs to hold here. We'll see if Myriad looks like he's just going to match castle age instead of trying to dive. It's, you know, it's a difficult situation here, but he is behind in eco now quite a bit. But if he gets the veteran Royal Knights, those are just very powerful units. And he does have the Best German player kind of trapped in the base, right? Like, Best German player is out of, like, he's not, I don't want to say he's out of food because he does have farms, but he's run out of food that he can get on the map because he's got no map presence. So he's stuck with most of his villagers here just gathering wood. And he's trying to add in smatterings of farms where he can, but he's very locked in his base. Myriad here pulling back to get his upgrades. Doesn't want to take a bad fight, but Myriad's been able to get a lot of food out on the map. So he's been great there. He hasn't had to do a farm transition or anything like that. It looks like he just ran out of sheep in the base. They've jinxed him there. And he's going to try to get relics on the map, right? That's always the game once you hit Castle Age. And Best German player knows the upgrades are going to come in. He wants to force a fight before Myriad's upgrades come in, which is, you know, good gameplay here. Camel Rider's great against the Knights. But, of course, very weak in pierced armor. Knights are going to commit now that they got veterancy. Joan was in there, but she got heavily damaged during that. Camel Archers might focus her down here. Might be able to rebuy her, I'm not sure. Myriad does rebuy Joan here. She's very vulnerable in this first stage, where she is not quite level 3 yet. Archers trying to work down as many spears as they can at the backside. Another huge AoE attack by Jean there. And she does get the level up, but she gets sniped again. So, gonna have to take this fight without the level up from her. But really, really good fight, I think, here from Myriad. Even though he has gotten idled out on the food. I mean, that was a huge engagement and cleaned up the entire army from Best German player. And now we've got the Knights -5, well, now -2. I'm not sure why it was -5 earlier from the Camels, but Archers, again, trying to pick off the spears. Once enough spears are down, the Knights just charge in with the charge, get their charge off, and then they can recommit. Counter raid coming from this Camel Rider. Onto the berries. It's actually a nice little raid there. Still fighting up at the front. Best German player moving out for some food now, quite desperately, right? So, you know you're low on food when you're floating that much wood and gold. He queues up all 3 of the economic techs. Double monastery for him, trying to get some of these relics. Neither player's picked a relic up yet. But still, the economic difference is still just massive. So, Myriad took a great fight there, I think. Took a very good fight. Camel Rider's just waiting, just out of vision. Another big fight here. Myriad trying to push the issue. He knows he just had a big victory in that fight, and a lot of blacksmith techs coming in for both these guys now. He's pushed best German player off the food. Myriad smelling blood as far as the food goes. He knows if he can keep his opponent off food, he's going to be in good shape. But just mass camel rider spam, I think, coming in from the best German player here to counter the knights, which is a great play. And even with the archers, the camel riders just have so much HP. Camel rider with 270 HP and castle age. They don't have much ranged armor, but the archers still, you have to have a lot of them to bring those down. And we see another move for food way out on the flank by best German player, which I think is the right move. If someone's pushing your base like this on the left, you move out to the right. Myriad just can't quite break base here. But the army is getting bigger and bigger for him. With all those villagers, they've still got about the same food income. Which is kind of wild when you think about it. Boot camp coming in. So 15% more HP for the Vills. It's difficult to always know where your opponent's moving out, but I would have loved to seen like an archer or even a knight on patrol out here on these food sources. Just so you knew whether best German player moved out to those or not. Dude, Myriad. Going for the front. How many villagers is he pulling out here to this food? He was building a mill here. I mean, that's hilarious. I didn't know if he was pulling vills to get the food out on the map out here. He is going way back on these berries. Army size is going to start evening out, though, because best German player got the food. So he's doing all right there. I don't know if Myriad spots that or not. Jean is getting annihilated by these camel riders. Bit of a tough matchup for her. And the camel riders are really fast is the other thing you have to be aware of. Like, they're very fast units at 1.87. And they will absolutely slaughter these knights. So they really can't fight. Big raid on the back by Myriad. Archers trying to work down the camel riders at the front. Raid ongoing. Big fight at the front still. Camel riders look like they're kind of just running through. I don't know if best German players trying to just run through to Myriad's base or what, but a lot of stone gathered by best German player as well. I was trying to see where he had invested it. I don't know if it was into Springle Towers or what, but Myriad is taking the fight at the front. Oh, he built a keep. I couldn't see that on the map. I was looking for... I thought the keep stood out bigger than that on the map, but he did. He's got secure gold, stone, and food out here now with the keep. He's just going to keep migrating villagers, I would assume, out there. It's very hard to wall off this map, though. So you've got a lot of open farms here. It's going to be a 3-2 relic game. And yeah, it's very difficult to raid this with the keep here now as well. So, the best German player is still with a massive, massive villager lead. Big fight coming in here. Myriad kind of getting in the choke point. Trying to bring down the camel riders with the archers is just so difficult, man. The camel riders have so much HP. Their Lancers coming out now for... I actually really like the Lancer plus the Camel Rider with best German player, because the Archers are not going to do much. Like, they can't really kill Lancers. And then you've got to commit the Knights, right? So charge coming in from the French Knights. The one thing is Camel Riders do not have charge, and the French Knights, of course, do. Guildhall back here at 1,600 right now. Things actually looking pretty good for Myriad here, and I'm really impressed because, again, the eco for the Abbasid Dynasty player is just massive. He's getting 2,000 food a minute right now. I would assume that he's just going to push Myriad back in just pure numbers here. But Myriad does get the second TC down. And he's looking to bring these monasteries down. I think if Myriad stopped this leak out of these villagers, he would have, I mean, I don't know who wins the game, but he would have already won the game, I think, if he had stopped that leak out of villagers. It's very difficult when you're in the moment to find those, though. Bit of a raid from some Lancers on the backside from best German player. Love the counter raid right there. You don't have to send a lot of units, but just keep Myriad thinking about what's going on the backside. Very hard to burn down Abba and Ayyubid buildings with +5 fire armor. You might have to use this relic. He's bringing it back to the base, but you might have to use it. Jean, very dangerous position. I would just keep this relic at the frontier. Really beautiful micro, though, by Myriad, I have to say. Archer's killing a lot of camel riders, and Knights trying to do their best to frontline, but I don't really think they can frontline here, right? Like, it's very difficult for them to frontline in this scenario. Myriad trying to kite back as much as possible, but he just doesn't have the food income, right? Best German player can just... Oh, he is just spamming Lancers right now, too, at this point, so... It's very difficult for Myriad to keep up with this. He doesn't have the food income. He's bottomed out on food income, really. There's no food. He's run out of food on the map, really. He's just on these berries. And he's in trouble. This is the problem against these Abba players. If you can't kill them, they're going to come back and they're going to hurt you bad. Myriad's got great destroyed value here. Just really good destroyed value in this game. Like, he's taking really good fights, and he holds again, dude. I don't even know how that's possible. He might need to pull the guild hall, man. I think he's got to pull the guild hall. He's got 2,900, 3,100 food. He's got to pull the guild hall here to hold against this and get some knights out. And he could maybe even get the red palace up. I think best German player's finally just working him down with the superior economy. He's just pushing straight up the gut. No one's really raiding on these flanks anymore. I say that there is one Lancer out here. And villagers are going down. Yeah, big raid by best German player. That was a really good Lancer raid. You can actually see he's killed more villagers than Myriad right now. Oh, Myriad pulled it. He finally pulled it. They saw how much food he had. It might be too late now. It might be too late now. I think he's going to try to sneak the villagers out to get the red palace up, but he got caught. And GG gets called. Great game by both players. That was a fun one. If you guys enjoyed watching that, drop a like. If you learned something, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next casting game.